In this video, we are going to see how to auto-tag ConvertKit subscribers for Instamojo payment and add data to Google Sheets. So here, every time a new sale happens on Instamojo, which is a payment gateway, then the user who has made the payment, you have got the details. With those details, you have created a subscriber in ConvertKit. And now what you have done is you have added a new row to your Google Sheets with the information about the product and the link. How can that be done? For this, you will have to integrate the three applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So your trigger application will be Instamojo, your first action application would be ConvertKit, and your second action application will be Google Sheets. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in as I'm an existing user here, and here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect, and here we have reached the dashboard. Again, on the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. You can give it any random name. Now here, what is my objective? My objective is that every time there is a sale that happens on Instamojo for a particular product, then automatically a subscriber must be tagged in ConvertKit if the payment is successful, and later the details of the payment and the user must be added on a Google Sheet as a new row. So I'm going to name it as add subscriber or tag a subscriber for Instamojo payment and add data to Google Sheets. Now I'm going to click on create. So as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, as per this integration, my trigger application will be Instamojo, which is a payment gateway. And what would be my trigger event here? So trigger event is the event that is going to make this workflow run. And here it would be a new sale. Now here you can see we have received a webhook URL. Webhook URL is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Instamojo. So now I'm going to copy this, and then we have to follow the following steps. So this is the help desk given. Please read this carefully. Now let me show you what we have to do. So this is my Instamojo account, and I have this smart pages. Basically, I have already created different pages for different products. Now let me show you this particular page, which is for MS Office language. So this is an entirely customizable page where you can add a page header. Then we have title. Here I have written MS Office language. You can always add a cover image or video. Then we have different page themes, appearance, custom theme, pricing options, and then we have the payment button as well. Now as we go down, here you can see we have page settings, and within page settings here we have to enter the webhook URL. So I'm going to remove the previous one and add the one that we had just received through Pabbly Connect, and then I'm going to click on save and update. So once this is updated, this means that the webhook has been successfully connected with the product that we want to sell. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and here it is saying that now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response, which basically means now we have to do a mock test. So I'm going to take you back to Instamojo. Let's go back to the same product. Here I'm going to click on share page, copy the link that we have just received, open this in a new incognito window, paste, and this here is your page. So now I'm going to click on pay now. Let's say the first name here is Smart. The last name here is user. Then we have the email address smartuser@pabblytutes.com. Here we have the mobile number, and now I'm going to click on pay. So as I do that, here you can see that we have received the QR code. Now let me quickly do the payment. And here you can see that the payment has been successful. Once this is done, I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect. And yes, here you can see that we have received the API response. So the payment status says that the payment is a success. Then this here is the payment resource URI. This is the payment ID. Then this here is the payment currency. This is the date and time of the payment done. Then we have the amount. As I take you down, this is the product, and then we have the user details. Now once we have received this, here you can see that the payment is a success. Now I do not want this workflow to continue if the payment is a failure. So here I'm going to choose a filter, which is a feature by Pabbly, and here I'm going to select the status as success. So when the status is equal to success, then only this workflow should run. So as I click on save and send test request, here you can see that the condition is true. Now that the condition is true, I'm going to add an action step here, and this time the application will be ConvertKit. Let's click on this. Now the action event here would be to tag a subscriber. Now let's click on connect. As I do that, here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with ConvertKit account. So I have already logged in. I am going to click on add new connection. Now to set up this connection, we need the API key and the API secret. So please log into your ConvertKit account. Once done, click on this hyperlink account setting. As you do that, here again on the left hand side, you can see advanced. Let's click on this. And as we do that, here you can see this is my API key and the secret. So I'm going to copy this API key, go back to Pabbly Connect, paste this over here. Then again, I'm going to show the API secret, copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Once done, let's click on save to set up this connection. And here you can see that ConvertKit and Pabbly Connect are now connected. Now here we are supposed to enter this information. So the tags that are there in my ConvertKit account, let me show you. So here if I go to subscribers, so you can see that again here I have got different tags, general and Instamojo subscribers. If you wish to create more tags, you can just click on this icon, create a tag and add more tags. Now going back to Pabbly Connect, I'm going to select Instamojo subscribers. Now we have to map the email address. What is mapping? Mapping means that I already have this information in the previous step and I'm just going to retrieve it here. So how do I do that? As I click on this, it is showing me the previous step, and here we have to enter the email address. This is the email address. This process is known as mapping. And why is it important? So that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Now here we have to map the first name, but in the previous step, we have received the information as the complete name. Now we have to split the name. To do the same, I'm going to add another action step where I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly, which is text formatter. Here it is. Now the action event here would be to split text. Let's click on connect. As we do that, here it is asking me to map the information that is to be split. So as I click on this and I go down, this here is the name that is supposed to be split. And what is the separator? Separator is the space in between. And here it is written that if it is space, this is how you are supposed to write it. So I'm going to write space here within double curly braces. Now I want both the segments. So I can here just write all and click on save and send test request. And here you can see we have received the first name and the last name separately. Now once this is done, I'm going to quickly refresh this connection by clicking on select existing connection. And now as I take you down, here we have to map the first name. Let's go to step 3. This is the first name. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. As I do that, here you can see we have received the API response according to which this particular subscriber must be tagged in ConvertKit. Let me show you the same. So let's go to ConvertKit, and here I'm going to quickly refresh this page once. And you can see that we have another subscriber, smart user, and this is the subscription date and the status is confirmed, right? So let me show you the details here. So as I click on this, here we have the tag as Instamojo subscriber. Now going back to Pabbly Connect, what is my objective? My objective is to add this information in my Google Sheet. So I'm going to add another action step. This time the application will be Google Sheet. Let's click on this. And the action event here would be to add new row. Let's click on connect. So here again Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Google Sheets account. Let's click on add new connection, sign in with Google, and here I have to choose the account, and once done, Pabbly Connect Sheet wants to access my Google account. This is absolutely secure. I'm going to click on allow, and once that is done, here you can see that the authorization has been successful, which means that Google Sheet is now connected with Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to first of all select the spreadsheet. So I already have created a sheet. This is my sheet. The name of the spreadsheet is Instamojo Integrations. This has got just one sheet. The name is MS Excel. I have named it as per the name of the product. Now here I have the following column fields: name of the buyer, email address, payment amount, payment ID, and payment date. Let's go back to Pabbly Connect. So first of all, I'm going to select the sheet. So now here you can see name of the buyer, email address, payment amount, payment ID, and payment date. This is supposed to be mapped. So as I click on this name of the buyer, so let's go to step 1, and this here is the name of the buyer. Then we have the email address. Again, I'm going to go to step 1. This here is the email address. Then the payment amount. Let's go to step 1. This is the payment amount. Payment ID, here is the payment ID, and then we need to enter the payment date. But here as I show you the date, this is in a very different format with the time zone, etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another action step here, and this time I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly which is date time formatter. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be to format date only. Let's click on connect. So now here I'm going to map the date that is supposed to be formatted. Here it is, and from format is exactly the same. To format here would be year, month, and date. You can select any other format you want to, and here I have received the date in the desired format. So I'm going to quickly refresh this connection, and once done, let's quickly go down and add the date. So let's go to step 5, and this is the date. Now as I click on save and send test request, so here you can see that we have received the API response according to which this information must become a part of my sheet. So let me take you back, and yes, here you can see this is the name of the buyer, email address, payment amount, payment ID, and payment date. This basically means that our integration process is a complete success, but we also need to check the same in real time. So I'm going to take you back to Instamojo. I'm going to copy this link once again, open this in new incognito window, and here I'm going to make another payment. Let's say this time the first name is dummy, the last name here is user new. Okay, then we have the email address as dummy new at pabblytudes.com. Then we have the mobile number, and now I'm going to click on pay. So here you can see that we have received the QR code, and now I'm going to quickly make the payment. Here you can see that the payment is all done. Now I'm going to minimize this, go back to first ConvertKit, and here let's quickly check if the subscriber has been tagged. So yes, you can see dummy new has been created, and now I'm going to go to the Google Sheet, and yes, here you can see that the information has been added. This basically means that our integration is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here the trigger application was Instamojo, the event was new sale, and then we had chosen a feature by Pabbly which was filter to make sure that this workflow continues only when the payment is a success. And once this is done, then our application was ConvertKit, where we had to tag a subscriber, and here we had chosen two features by Pabbly, text formatter and date time formatter, to format the date and time. Then we had chosen our final action step as Google Sheet, where the event was add new row. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.